chili crisp. It's a marvelous little condiment. You can buy it pre-made. Trader Joe's has one that people like. We bought one from Momofuku recently. But you know, it's expensive when you get it like that, and it's really cheap and easy to make yourself. Our last batch is just about gone, so it's time to make another one. And what's involved here is about 8 to 10 cloves of garlic, and I'm going to slice these up into little small pieces, and that's part of what's crispy. A shallot. You can use even a bigger shallot than that. I might use 2. But again, you just cut it up into really small pieces, and we'll get that to crisp up. You need a little bit of Star Anise, 4 of them, a cinnamon stick, a couple of Serranos. These are I just picked these right out of the greenhouse. A little bit of smoked paprika, and some peppercorns. Now about a teaspoon of these, and I'm gonna go half Szechuan and half black pepper. Szechuan adds a nice little touch to it, but it's up to you. It's your taste. And you know, we bought these Szechuan peppers a long time ago, and they've really, really lasted.
I think those are like 5
5
years ago.
It was a good investment. And for this, a half a teaspoon of MSG, which is it's not. If you think MSG is evil, then you don't really know about MSG. So. And we're going to use a tablespoon of soy sauce to add in a little umami, and 1 teaspoon of sugar. And this is all going to go in a 1.5 cups of olive oil. And we're going to cook it for a while, and then we're going to strain the hot oil over some of these ingredients, and it's just going to be a marvelous thing. So let me get this all cut up, and then we'll come back and put it together. Okay. I've got my shallot, my garlic, and my serrano all chopped up, and I'm going to put that in this pot. Now, what I did with these is I sliced everything very thinly, and then I came across it. So these are really small pieces, and we are going to put our 1.5 cups of oil in the pan. Put all of this stuff in there. And this is what gives us that crisp, and this and the red pepper flakes, but we'll get to those later. Shallot, garlic, serrano, and that's excellent. And then we are also going to put in our Star Anise and our cinnamon stick, and we're going to bring this to a little bit of a bubble and let it simmer for 20 minutes or so, until the vegetable matter there all darkens. And so we'll do that. And the rest of our ingredients are going to go in a bowl, and we're going to strain the hot oil onto these ingredients. So our chili flakes, our smoked paprika, it's coming out in a lump, there it is.
Yeah, those openings are not very wide for the tablespoon.
Perfect. Yeah, you can't put the spoon in there.
That's one thing I don't like about them.
Half teaspoon of MSG. And a teaspoon of sugar. Tablespoon of soy sauce. And a half teaspoon of each of our peppers. I kind of liked it with a lot of using all Szechuan, but
Someone's been
Kelly
complaining.
preferred it with half and half. So we'll go back to that.
Well, and I like it on my eggs, and I just like it to add a little bit of flavor to the eggs. I don't really want my mouth on fire at breakfast.
And you can adjust the heat on this by using more peppers or less peppers. The pepper flakes are pretty important, so I would control that with the fresh pepper instead. Last time I made this, I didn't have enough pepper flakes, so I used some ground ricotta chili, which probably added quite a lot of heat because instead of being flaked, it was really ground. So that would mean there was quite a lot more. So that's everything. And what we're going to do is, when that's done, we're going to strain the oil, hot oil, into here, and set all our vegetable matter aside to cool, and that helps it crisp up, and then we combine it all back together again. So we'll come back once our stuff is cooked. So our stuff is simmering along. It's not really changing color much yet, but it will eventually. So after 30 minutes, it's just starting to brown a little. I'm going to let this go. Probably another 5 minutes till it really browns up. I think I had the heat just a little low, so it's taken a while. So now I've got the color I want. I'm going to turn off the heat and let this sit for about 2 minutes, which will let more of the flavors infuse into the oil. Okay, so we're going to pour this hot oil over our red pepper flake mix. Oh yeah, see? That's cooking down there. And we're going to let these pieces in here need to cool off a little bit, and that will help them crisp up just a bit more. I'm going to set this over here. And while I get the rest of it out of the pan. All right. You can see that these finally did get nice and brown, but it took about 35 minutes instead of the 20 that I was anticipating. So now, while we have this here, we're going to take the Star Anise and the cinnamon stick all out of here, because you're not going to be able to chew those up. Okay. Once that is accomplished, then we go back in the oil mixture with all this stuff. And then we have our chili oil. Now this is going to go in the fridge overnight to kind of let the flavors marry a little more. And after that, it's ready to eat. So
that's hot. I want to do that in the sink when I'm thinking, in case it splaps everywhere.
Where's your sense of adventure?
I know. Fit?
It's got
yeah.
to.
Yep.
But we want all the rest of that crunchy stuff. So we will get it. Now with this, the way I make this, we always end up, by the time we're done using up the crunchy parts, we always end up with a little bit of extra oil. As you can see in this jar, that's just plain
that's all the oil that's left out of that
chili oil. So we keep a little jar of chili oil for use, and so anything that's left over can be strained into your regular chili oil. But there you have it, a beautiful jar of chili crisp.
Oh, let's get the nice light through it.
Yeah,
Too light.
look at that.
There you go.
So,
Yeah, you might have
I'll
said
leave that
yeah.
for a minute. So thanks for watching Two Cooks in the Kitchen, and we'll see you next time.